Okay, guys, so hey, last video that we made it on trend lines. We made it on a diagonal trend line. So I kind of want to touch on that a little bit more. When I first started out, I had issues on figuring out, if it was an uptrend, downtrend, didn't know what a trend was. You might be in the same boat. You might just be starting. You might be a somewhat of a novice. You might be a professional trader. You might do it for a living. There's all kinds of different levels of this deal. So I kind of wanted to go over. This is EN again, like I told you in the last video, I trade EN all the time. So you'll remember that we normally trend these out, right? And we're looking for the most touches that we can get, right? So we have a touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, on and on and on. Okay. So a lot of people ask me about, when I talk about higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, all kinds of this. What in the world are you friggin' talking about? Well, here we go. So, a higher high and a lower high. All that is just a confirmation to me. So you can see here we have a high, right? This is a high, came up, here's your high. And then it came back down and here we go up again, okay? This is a lower high than this, okay? That indicates a start of a downtrend. That's when I put my diagonal trend line in here. And you can see easily in the market when you look at it, when you look at the price action and things of that nature, you can see lower highs and lower lows. This is a low, it's lower than this low. This is lower than this low, and on and on and on, right, guys? So you can see very visually that this is a downtrend, okay? And just like I said in the last video, I don't, my rule about getting out. I don't get out until it breaks this trend line. I really don't care what it does down here. I don't get out until it does this trend line, all right, till it breaks it. But higher highs and higher lows. So here's one of the tools that I started using when I was brand new, right? And I still use it to this day, really. It's just a visual cue for me. But up here on the indicator list, guys, if you'll click it, and you will type in, you can see right here it says swing high. So swing high. All right, swing high and lows. All right, candle pattern 20. Okay, there's a bunch of these in here. Okay, so you can use one that fits your eye really, really well, but this is just the one that I use. If you type that in exactly like that, it'll pop up there. You can put it back on your screen. And here's what this looks like, guys. So it's really, really cool. So you can see here LH, LH, that is lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So visually, if you were just to glance at your chart, walking by it, you could see lower high, lower high, lower high. Now this is a 1 hour chart, all right? And you can see higher low when it was uptrending, right? When you had this little deal right here, this low was higher than this low, so it's a higher low. However, the next low was lower, so you get an LL, lower low. All right. So if you're in this trend and you're trading in this trend, you can see what's going on with this, right? And this thing is also pretty cool because what it does is it throws up in some of these tags, it'll throw up what they call a hangman. If you don't know what a hangman is, or you don't know, shooting star or whatever, there's a million. The Candlestick Bible is a great read. Pick that up. It goes over that really, really well. But this, if you'll hover your little hand or mouse or arrow or whatever you want over that, it'll actually give you the definition of what this is. So it's almost like an educational tool as well. This is something you definitely want to see in a downtrend. A hangman basically, well, right here, it says, it indicates that there was a significant sell-off during the day, but the buyers were able to push the price up again. All right. The large sell-off is often seen as an indication that the bulls are losing control of the market. Okay, so you can see we had a bullish little pullback on this trend. We were like, okay, well, if you see a hangman coming up, you see this thing hit, that's good news for you, especially if you're in a sell. If you're in this trend and you're selling this trend, you're happy because that is nothing but cash. That is money, money, money. Right? Because here, look what happened. See? So I'm in this all the way till here. All right, which is really, really cool. It's just one more easy thing to help you guys really spot trends. If you're going to be a trend trader, if you're going to be a swing trader, you need to be really, really good at doing trends. This is a 1 hour chart, so this was a really long time. You can see down here that this trend started on about, oh, I don't know, the 14th, and this trend went all the way to the 30th. Okay, so if you want to trade over a long period of time, now you can collect a ton of pips trading like this. I mean, we'll just go from like this touch right here. Even if you waited for the next touch and then it started falling again and you got in on this candle, guys, you're not getting out for like 230, 40 pips. Well, 230, 40 pips, you know, can be a lot of money depending on what lot size you got. So, but this is a great way to do it. Another thing that I was taught a long time ago from a master trader, is a 7-figure trader, is Al. He works with us here at HYDRA. Is the 50 EMA. I love the 50 EMA. I tend to take only sells when the price is below the 50, and I tend to only take buys when price goes above the 50. Super simple, but it's just another indicator. So you can see here that this is just, I don't trade in this nonsense. Okay, if we're consolidating, I don't worry about it. Just go to another pair and draw it up. Right? I still to this day, and I've been trading for a couple of years now, I still to this day draw up a bunch of pairs a day just to keep me sharp. Right? Yeah, and you have to know what's going on. Don't just jump into a trade because you want to be in a trade, right? So, guys, if you got any value out of this, please like the channel, share it, subscribe. I got a whole bunch more content coming up. It's going to get a little more advanced as we go. But I sure appreciate your time. And like we always say, remember, scared money don't make money. Until next video, guys, see you later.